We've seen some compelling statistics that show how much consumers are embracing social media and how social media marketing has introduced a powerful new weapon into the marketing arsenal. So let's take a look at how things are specifically in the automotive sales industry. 27% of car shoppers and purchasers in a recent survey either used or plan to use Facebook as a resource during their shopping process. Think of it this way: if your dealership averages 10 car sales per month, then that means you could potentially influence almost 2.7 car sales every month by using Facebook. Indeed, making sure potential customers are able to gather useful information about your business is mutually beneficial, as it allows customers to proceed at their own pace without tying up your salespeople on the floor with questions that can be quickly addressed online. But it's extremely important to recognize that influencing buying behavior through social media is fundamentally different than traditional advertising. Instead of just pushing an advertising message at a potential client, successful social media marketing needs to be focused on authentic interactions and facilitating two-way conversations between the brand and the consumer. Thankfully, this doesn't have to be complicated, expensive, or enormously time-consuming. For example, looking at vehicle buyers who use social media as part of their new vehicle ownership experience, 58% of those surveyed said they updated their Facebook status in relation to their new vehicle, and 34% mentioned their dealership in the post. So if your company is taking advantage of the ease of social media search tools, then all you have to do is note the appearance of the post mentioning your dealership and post a simple reply about how you appreciate their business, maybe pointing them to a great online resource about how to care for their new purchase. And why not have that great online resource on your company blog? Perhaps a short article outlining 5 easy steps to saving fuel, or a few pointers on how to keep the inside of your vehicle looking like new. Recognizing and engaging in this kind of open sharing behavior is an important part of leveraging the tremendous opportunities social media provides to build stronger relationships with current and potential clients. This can lead to more repeat customers as you reinforce your value between buyer purchases by providing them with useful information and an easy point of contact, as well as entirely new customers who discover you through information shared across social media networks. A lot of people feel some anxiety about how to interact on social media networks, but it's really important to not lose sight of the fact that the people skills and other expertise that allow you to succeed in your traditional business settings are exactly the kind of capabilities that will give you a step up in social media. If you want to formalize some guidelines to represent your brand in the way you want, then creating a simple social media policy can help guide employees' actions online and provide a framework for how activities should be conducted in relation to your company. Now let's take a look at the typical automotive purchase cycle. 1. Consider. The consider stage is where consumers begin to examine what options are available to them. While traditional marketing certainly affects the buyer at this stage, the opinions of family and friends, exactly the kinds of opinions widely available through social media, are powerful influencers. 2. Evaluate. In the evaluation stage, consumers conduct further research and may add or remove brands under consideration based on the information they encounter amongst automotive shoppers who used Facebook as part of their process. 41% added brands or models as a direct result of seeing a Facebook post, and 28% added specific dealerships based on a Facebook post. 3. Purchase. Having considered options and evaluated their strengths and weaknesses, the buyer proceeds to the purchase stage. Ensuring that the purchase experience is a positive one is critical and depends upon transparency, professionalism, and establishing trust with the customer. Historically, the cycle pretty much ended upon purchase, but today's social media tools give sellers the opportunity to further nurture this relationship past the purchase point, ideally creating a loyal and repeat customer. This could be referred to as the interact stage. 4. Interact. The interact stage can be seen as a separate cycle. Referred to by dealer as the loyalty loop, this loop is created by users who enjoy the product they've purchased and the experience you've created, and who will go on to advocate to others that your dealership be part of their consider stage. This also provides a great opportunity to offer additional services to these customers, such as repairs or special service coupons. The more effectively this relationship is nurtured, the stronger a bond created with the buyer, and the higher the likelihood they will return to your dealership for their next purchase and tell their online community about it. The value in investing in the interact stage is made even more apparent when you consider some of the stats around repeat customers. Repeat customers spend on average 33% more than new customers. Referrals from repeat customers are 107% higher than from new customers, and it costs 6 times more to sell something to a new prospect. It's no surprise to anyone who has worked in a dealership that customer loyalty is created through a personal purchase experience in a fair and honest business transaction. And that's a huge part of what you should be focused on. However, it's also important to recognize that the investment you have made into delivering that positive customer experience is something that can be further leveraged to help further your brand reputation online. And the fact that social media provides such a great opportunity to create more repeat customers by fostering brand loyalty through interactions after the purchase stage should be a powerful motivator for businesses like yours. An obvious and natural concern for any business at this point is what are the effects of negative feedback through social media? There are 2 very important things that must be kept in mind in this consideration. 1, the social media conversation about your brand goes on whether or not your brand has a social media presence. If you're not there and listening, then you risk doing much more damage to your brand by remaining ignorant of what people are saying about you. 2, being well positioned on social media platforms is the best way to ensure that you can help diminish the effects of negative comments by carefully crafting a considerate response, trying to solve any reasonable problems, and knowing you can rely on the online community you've nurtured and built around your brand to further support you. So what do you need to get started with social media? Let's look at the main platforms first. Your website and company blog is the hub of all you do online. Including a blog on your site gives you the opportunity to link back to your site from social media posts, gently encouraging readers to explore and learn more about your business. Facebook is a must-have in the automotive sales business, with a recent survey indicating that of the 84% of the survey population who said they use Facebook, more than 76% visit a company Facebook page at least monthly, and 44% do so at least weekly. By providing useful and engaging information with your fans, you have the opportunity to expand your customer base. As fans interact with your Facebook page, those interactions are broadcast to your fans, friends, many of whom likely have similar interests, further increasing the chance they'll check out your page. Twitter is also a great tool for building relationships and earning a reputation as being an authority in your industry. By participating in Twitter, that means engaging in conversation and not just broadcasting information, and providing content that is valuable to your followers. They may in turn retweet your content to their followers, exposing your brand to even more people. Twitter is also useful for monitoring what is being said about your brand, your competitors, and industry news. This information can allow you to see missed opportunities, spot pain points in the customer experience, provide competitive intelligence, and lots more. YouTube is great if you have video content, as it both houses the content at no cost, something that can be expensive to do yourself, as well as bringing inbuilt exposure through the largest video search engine in the world, and in fact, the second largest search engine of any kind after Google itself. Video is also beneficial when it comes to organically improving search rankings and making sure your posts are well positioned relative to your audience. For example, Facebook's EdgeRank system, which determines which posts will be prioritized on users' news feeds, ranks posts with videos higher than posts with just images, which are both ranked higher than posts with only text. Content is a very important element of social media interactions, as well as being something that many companies struggle with creating. However, there are ample sources of great content that is of value to your clients. Some of these may come through resharing posts that you've encountered or linking to content on other sites. But other content can be original in-house creations that leverage what you know best, your business. A company blog is a key component of almost any social media marketing, but sometimes the idea of trying to create content to fill that blog can prevent organizations from even starting down that road. Here are a couple of things that you should know before you start blogging. 1, content doesn't have to be long. In fact, because of the attention-starved and information-rich world that we live in today, it's better for content to be concise and to the point online. 2, don't forget that photos, videos, and other rich media make it so that you only have to post a couple of lines of text. And being able to embed content from YouTube and other sources means that you can share other people's content as well as your own. Not only that, the statistics show that users are much more likely to read posts that include images supplementing text. Don't forget, you already know a ton of things that would be interesting and useful for your potential customers and current clients. And with the improvements in video cameras and mobile phones, and the decreasing cost of professional video production, you can even consider having a YouTube channel with your own content, including customer testimonials, new model introductions, make-model comparisons, dealership tours, and vehicle walk-around demos. Now, a good piece of advice is to not shy away from giving yourself a public pat on the back by putting up a post when your company is involved in activities in your community or becomes involved with a charity and other similar acts of goodwill. If you link to these and these organizations you work with and make sure to identify them in your social media posts, you create yet another opportunity to build your brand and enhance your reputation through your network as well as theirs. Before we wrap up, just a few words about making social media an ongoing part of your business activities. In terms of staffing, dedicate at least one person in your organization to be responsible for social media efforts, even if it's just for 20 or 30 minutes each workday. That's called your community manager. Make sure this person is a good fit for the job. Enthusiasm and personality combined with a respectful consideration that they will be speaking on behalf of your organization are great traits for a first-time community manager. And finally, you need to make the conscious decision to embrace social media as an essential part of your marketing efforts. There is plenty of evidence to support this, and the most effective business social media activities come from the organizations that believe in the medium. So dive in and show them what you've got.